Okay, here's a recently discovered, at least for my end. I don't know if anyone else has come across this or not, but this is going to be a video about a lyric change Mandela effect. This is the kind of people like Moneybag73 likes to analyze on his channel, and it involves a song on this Ozzy Osbourne album, one that some of you guys may remember. This is his first solo release after he was out of Black Sabbath. This is on Blizzard of Oz from 1980. And there's a song on here called Mr. Crowley, and it's about Aleister Crowley, the notorious black magician, occultist from the early 1900s. And I was listening to, I've heard the song hundreds of times, and I just happened to be listening to it the other day, not looking for any Mandela effect or anything strange, not even thinking about the Mandela effect, but something really jumped out to me as being different than the way I've always heard it when I was listening to it. So what we'll do, I'm going to pull out the actual lyric book, this CD booklet with the lyrics in it, and we're going to do an audio analysis and compare it to what it says here in the lyric book, and we'll see what you guys think if it matches up to the official lyrics. So let's do that now, and then we'll come back afterwards to talk about it a little bit and wrap things up. So here we have the official the lyric book that I was just talking about in the CD case. And pay attention to, there's the Mr. Crowley lyrics. Look at the bottom two lines there, where it says, conceived in the eye of a secret, and they scattered the afterbirth. These are the two, well, the conceived in the eye of a secret is the main one we want to focus on, because that's the one in question here. And this obviously is dealing with conception and birth of Crowley. But you know, you're conceived and then you're birthed. But let's take a listen to what the actual song says. This here looks like it's Ozzy's official YouTube channel, and this is the official album version, the same version on this CD here of Mr. Crowley. And let's listen to that lyric. I'm going to take it back one more time, see if you got that. Again, remember the line is conceived in the eye of a secret. Did you hear that? Now that sounds pretty clear to me, like he's saying deceived in the eye of a secret. So we can move on over here to this. This is the CD I actually have in the CD player, the one that came right with this lyric book right here. And I'll play that part, and you just actually read along with the line and see if your ears, what your ears are hearing, match up with what your eyes are reading right there. So hopefully that comes through pretty well here on the audio portion of this video footage. But let's play that one more time, and I think it should be really clear that he's saying deceived. Okay, so there's that. Now let's go on over to what Moneybags likes to do here and listen to different versions of the same song. Here we have a Ripper Owens cover, vocal cover of the song. And let's listen to that part with Ripper and see if we can make out what he's saying. Okay, so there I think it's pretty clear that Ripper enunciates that very clearly, conceived. There's no ambiguity or anything like that. So we can be sure that we can conclude that this wasn't a misprint in the lyric book, and we can be sure that the way I always remember it being in the hundreds of times I've heard that song, Ozzy, I guess in some other reality or some other form of reality, did say conceived and not deceived. Last but not least, we'll check out this live version from the Randy Rhoads tribute album. That there to me sounds like he's saying conceived, as is so often the case when these Mandela Effect lyric changes happen. The live versions tend to stay the same. I'm hearing conceived there. So, I think there's a definite difference that you hear there. And once again, this is pretty clear to me he's saying deceived. So this is an interesting situation. This is a strange change, you might call it, if you want to call these things a change. Strange implications, I guess you could say, of what this might mean, this change from conceived to deceived. So we'll take a minute or two to end things here and talk about what that might be, or what that might all mean. All right, so there it was. That was pretty interesting. Little chilling in certain ways, because it makes you wonder what the meaning or symbolism is behind this particular Mandela Effect lyrical change. Crowley conceived or deceived? Well, yeah, he may have been deceived, or are we being deceived? Is a Mandela Effect some kind of grand deception like a lot of people think? Hey, it's possible, I don't know, but it's interesting that Aleister Crowley was into black magic, and a lot of people suspect the Mandela Effect might be some sort of black magic spell on people's perception or their way that they're hearing things and seeing things. But I don't know that it's anything nefarious, the Mandela Effect. I guess it could be looked at that way, but also it could be also opening up our perceptions of reality to greater understanding, and not as constricted as it is here in this this Earth matrix, this 3D concrete mindset. I think it's showing us reality is a lot different and more open and infinite than what we have been conditioned to believe here in this form of reality. So I don't think it's any kind of like evil spell or anything like that. But it is just very interesting to see that the word deceived has been put in there in place of conceived. So are we conceiving what we conceive of as reality is possibly, maybe that's the deception. Maybe we're coming out of the deception now, and we're seeing into higher forms of reality. Who knows? It was pretty surprising for me to be sitting there listening to that song and hear that stand out to me. It sounds so different than the way I've always heard it. And that's it for now. Take care, and we'll see you next time around with hopefully some more really cool and neat Mandela effects.